Well, I just got home from a 2 mile run with my younger brother in the rain, if you can't hear it. Um, I don't know, kind of needed to get some things readjusted up top. I used to do hard things all the time just to do them. Um, I'd be sitting on the couch and I'm like, why am I not outside doing pull-ups right now? And I'd come out here for 2 or 3 hours and put in over 200 or 300 pull-ups. It was on a regular basis. I was hitting a 100 pull-up workout. The biggest pull-up workout I've ever done was 4 hours and 10 minutes. I did 4 pull-ups on the minute. Every time the clock ticked over, I'd hop on the bar and hit 4 pull-ups. And that added up to be 1,000 pull-ups. And I used to do things like that just because the coldest, nastiest days of the year, that's usually my favorite days to run. I've ran in the snow. I've ran in, sleeting rain. I was running bleachers at my school. Shouldn't have done that, but I went up there and hopped the fence to get onto the track at like 10 o'clock at night. It was like freezing rain, cold, miserably cold, hard wind. And I was out there running laps around the track, and when I came around to the bleachers, I'd run up and down the bleachers, and I remember like slipping and falling on the bleachers because they were covered in ice. But that's the kind of stuff I used to do, and I feel like I've sort of dialed myself back and pushed that away. And I kind of miss that. That's always been a part of who I am, is kind of doing the hard things that nobody else wants to do. So today I went for a 2 mile run in the dark, in the rain, just because I was hoping it was going to rain in my run. But anyways, so I'm trying to, step back up the intensity, just sort of get back to a mental state that I've been to in the past. If any of you watched David Goggins, I kind of want to get that dog mentality or that savage mentality back. I've been running from that for quite a while, and after a point, you just got to say enough is enough. I've kind of been fearing that just because it demands a lot. But you can't run from everything. So, anyways, went for that run today. I came out here tonight. I'm probably going to do a buttload of Bulgarian split squats. Just to put some blood into the hips, do some shoulder mobility stuff. I put in 100 push-ups last night before I went to bed, and the right shoulder's feeling a little stiff. So I'm going to do some shoulder mobility work, a bunch of Bulgarian split squats, and take 135 for a couple of reps. Not a whole lot, because I'm trying to, balance things out. If I run one day, probably not push the squats as hard that day. Now, another thing, the hip. I haven't really had any hip pain today, but there's a muscle that runs like right through here. I can put my thumb in it and roll my fingers over it, but it's almost like a growing pain. It's hard to describe, but it's almost like some tension through here. It originates up in the hip. I can work it all the way up into the hip, and I kind of lose it right about the middle of my thigh. But yeah, I've been feeling a little bit of tension through that today, like while driving. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do a bunch of Bulgarian split squats for, is to put some blood through the hips. But yeah, I'll post a clip of me hitting 135, and I'm gonna get to it. I want to put in some work tonight.